Hello everybody, my name is José Prieto,
And my name is Emerson Luna.
and so first, imagine you are in your 4th year in Zamorano, and you just have finished your thesis defense, and you presented wonderfully. Everything was going fine, but you forgot one thing. You didn't include any citation, and consequently, your project gets automatically rejected for plagiarism, and you have to repeat it again. If you had seen this video before, this would have not been the case. So first of all, what is plagiarism? According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, plagiarism is the intentional or unintentional act of copying someone else's work, idea, or opinion. And so plagiarism is not to be taken lightly, because you could be expelled from your university or even put into jail. But although the consequences may be sometimes extreme, you must not be afraid, for it is very easy to avoid plagiarism. You must only follow our tips.
To begin with, tip number 1 we offer is a simple one. You can keep track of all the sources you investigate on books, websites, and videos and make a list. This way, you can classify all the information you gather if it is important or it is just general knowledge. You don't need to cite. This is very useful because this way you can avoid unintentional plagiarism you may have realized on your works. Continuing on tip number 2, there exist websites or softwares capable of detecting plagiarism on internet, showing you all the percentage of copied information that your work have. This help you to see the entire unadvertised or forgotten source you did not cite, and to see if your work is ready to be published or present. Going with tip number 3 is one of the most obvious, but you need to learn the APA citation rules. How or when they have to be used. This is very important because it gives your work a reliable look and is one of the best ways to give the author of the source the credit they deserve and also avoid plagiarism. Another tip is paraphrasing and quoting. Most of the time, you will find information that fits with your work and you use it. So you will restate in a way that it fits with the context and put a reference about it. That is paraphrasing. However, other cases you cannot paraphrase, so you need to quote and copy the information as it is and put the correct cite and reference. This is really useful when you want to introduce a direct idea without plagiarism.
And last but not least, tip number 5. Although that by citing and by using reliable sources, you can give a better credibility to your work, you must remember that the purpose of writing is to create something new. The last tip is to be creative. Do not be afraid of expressing your own opinions or ideas. It may not seem important to some people, but this aspect is the one that permits knowledge to be created and ideas expanded. So now that we've finished with the tips, let's do a little recap. Tip number 1. Make a list. If you keep track of all the sources that you have cited, the possibilities of committing plagiarism are greatly reduced. Tip number 2. Use a software that can detect if you are committing any unintentional plagiarism. Tip number 3. Although it may seem obvious, you need to know the APA citation rules and when you have to use them. Tip number 4. Paraphrasing and quoting. Sometimes you may find things that cannot be said better than the original author. And the last tip, be creative. Allow your creativity to flow. And so this is our plagiarism video and how to avoid it. Thanks for watching.